Welcome everyone who joined us today on Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm Ines Matias. I'm Business Creation Manager of EIT Health InnoStars, and this is Rise to the Challenge event episode number 1. Every Thursday at 2 p.m. Central European Time, and for the next 4 weeks, we will be hosting a startup leader who will be sharing with us and with you their tips and secret ingredients for a successful startup journey and for a successful company development. So feel free to ask any questions you want, okay? This is being live on Facebook and LinkedIn. You can make all the questions you want on the comment sections. Why are we doing this? Well, the EIT Health Acceleration Programs for 2021 is out there, and we want to get in contact with you. We want to explain you the programs and help you find the right program for you, but also the right way to support your company development. So EIT Health is funded by the European Union, and it's the largest European network of healthcare innovators. If you are a go-getter, if you have a business idea or a startup in the healthcare innovation sector, this is the right place to moor your boat. So enough of formal chit-chat, let's start our coffee break session. Our first guest is a huge honor to have here Magda Jander, CEO of UVera. UVera was the InnoStars Awards 2019 winner, and they also won the first prize of biotech in the Catapult 2020, where they also won the audience award, the Alex Casta, and you'll know more what this means in a few seconds. Welcome, Magda. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
So just a reminder for the audience, you can ask questions in the comment sections on LinkedIn, on Facebook, okay? We will answer as much as possible. Be sure that we will try to answer them. If your question is related to the programs, the acceleration program catalog will be posted in the comment sections, and you can access all the information in eithealth.eu and also in innostarter.eithealth.eu. So just be active and participate, and we will have a fun time here. So before we start our chat, Magda, we will show you the video of UVera, and where you will explain how you are revolutionizing the UV ski protection world. Let's see it.
Sure.
In a few seconds. In the meantime, make the questions. Feel free to reach us via Facebook and LinkedIn. While the video is not... here it is. We cannot hear the sound of the video. Our team in the background.
I can make a comment on the backstage.
Yes, go ahead.
So sunscreen, they are causing really harmful side effects regarding the human health and also environmental impact. They are destroying the marine life and the coral reefs, and we are selling the tons of the sunscreens right now on the market with this unfortunately harmful exposition. And we have found a solution. We have found a specific strain of cyanobacteria, which has almost 2 billion years old, and they are producing natural UV protector outside their cells. And we are participating in that revolutionary discovery. We would like to launch our product on 2023, of course, with your support and with your help.
Great. So thank you.
Okay, so, I can of course explain from the early beginning. So we have found a solution for the UV protection, because right now on the market we have different types of the UV protectors. They are the mineral, also the mineral filters, the natural oils, as well as the chemical UV protectors. And 3 of them, they are not meeting the expectations of the people and also from the ecological point of view, as well as of the cosmetic brands, because they are not potent, they are not stable, they are destroying what's really important for us. I mean, biodiversity of our planet and also of the marine life, but also they can enter our bloodstream. They can also make us DNA damage. So instead of protecting us from the skin cancer, they might induce some disruptive mechanism in our body, even connected with the hormone disruption. So when we are coming with our solution that we have found the specific strain of the bacteria which is producing the natural UV protector, it's like that we don't need to explain to the cosmetic brand where the problem is. They already know that they have no solution, and they are really eager to talk with us about our development.
Cool. This is so cool. I mean, as a biologist, this is like, yeah, nature, it's already here. Solutions are here. Okay, so I see this, I'm in Portugal, right? South of Europe. Yeah. This is, I mean, people in my family, super tan, we are always super tan, and people get a lot of, not skin diseases, but you see the effects of the sun there. So I would see this Southern Europe startup coming up with this idea, but how come a Polish startup came up with this brilliant and amazing product?
Though we have more snow than you have in Portugal, you need to protect yourself even when there is a snow because of the reflection. It's why you're getting the sunburn when you're sunbathing by the seaside. It's only because of the water and of the UV reflection which is coming from the water particles. So that's the one thing which we cannot distinguish, though, of course, as the northern country, let's say, in comparison to the Portugal, we have less sun. That's true. But in case of the how it came, the idea came from our co-founder Jacek Wierzchoś, who is the professor at the university in Madrid, and he is the expert in finding the new life on our Earth. He's finding the new life in different, weird poly-extreme environments, like at the bottom of the sea, in the high mountains, on the desert rocks. So he's looking for something really interesting in the places which you cannot even imagine. And he has found the specific strain of bacteria, and he started to think, okay, if that bacteria is living there and there was no rain for 100 years, the UV radiation is just cosmic. So if that organism is living there, it means that it's producing something which is protecting that bacteria against the sun to survive. And we have started exploring different strains of that kind of the bacteria from different places. And it was the roller coaster. The idea was brilliant, but how to learn bacteria, how to live in the upscale, for example, environment. So you need to teach the bacteria how to live in water, why the bacteria was living for 2 billion years ago on the desert. So that, like, from the R&D point of view, we have still a lot of challenges, and we are still playing. Our laboratory people are singing even to that bacteria to make it grow faster. So a lot of effort is done to learn how it works and to teach with that bacteria how we can proceed further. So the development came from our friend Jacek Wierzchoś, who found that kind of the cyanobacteria, and me, together with second co-founder Adam Kiciak. We are having an experience in introducing the new substances on the market. So we have decided to take it in 3 of us and boost this technology out together.
This is so cool. Again, as a biologist, this is like such a journey. Okay, so you, as a CEO, you're a very charismatic leader. And I mean, let's be honest, you are a role model for our generation and for the generations that are coming. But on one hand, we usually only see the awards you win, the funds you raise, like the good moments. But I'm sure you had your ups and downs. And I'm sure that as a CEO, you also made some moves and some decisions where in the end it turned out like perfect. It was a major step for the company, but where you were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, will this happen? Will this go okay? So can you share some secret with us?
Well, to be honest, I think that right now I can say that one decision which we have taken, which is good for the company, it's to have two R&D teams. So one R&D team, yes, is working on the same, let's say, problem like the upscaling in Spain, and the second one is working on the not the same issues but the similar one in Poland. And from that time, when we have two different teams, we are opening the same doors with different approaches.
Yeah.
So having that kind of the cooperation, because they are having some, of course, they are sending some results, but they are not working every day together. So they are inspiring each other. And when one team has a problem, the second is thinking about the same problem, but like out of the box, out of the same, with the same equipment they have a bit different, of course, experience, because the teams has the different backgrounds. So I think that, that was the booster in case of the R&D, that we are having the two, supporting cores which are developing our technology. So this is maybe not really popular to have two R&D teams, and maybe not so easy, because as we are having the team in Poland and Spain, we can afford for having two of them because they are not in the same building. But I can imagine that if you have startup in one place, it's extremely difficult because they're mixing ideas all the time. But that's something which is, I might say, a bit extraordinary, but it's maybe a good tip and secret sauce for the others to have another supporting team who's developing the same problem.
Cool. And this also comes with the collaborations that you establish, right? Because in Spain is with the university, etc. So really cool tip. Let me just remind our audience that you can make questions on the comment sections on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Okay, our team is replying. At the end, we'll pick some questions for Magda to answer. So now picking a bit on the hot topic on female leadership. Do you feel that you, not only because you have a successful journey, right? You are your company, your projects, it's going very well. It's very inspirational, your journey, but you also had your up and downs for sure. But because of this, do you feel that you have an additional responsibility to inspire other women to follow their entrepreneurial dreams, whatever they might be? Because, I mean, what makes me think about this is that the number in 2021, the number of women, of companies led by women, it's still very small. So because you've been in this journey, you're gaining experience, do you feel an additional responsibility to give back, to inspire?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, yes, I'm taking part in different organizations who are supporting not only women, but let's say the kind of the leadership and also the kind of the developing the R&D ideas from the laboratory perspective to the market. I still see that there is no lot of women in the, let's say, startup industry. And I think that it's because there is not this balance. It's coming from the university. Within the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, there is still less women than men, of course. And that's the statistical issue, I guess. But in case of the support, I would do my best, because it happened also to me when I have started even my first startup. When I was, at the beginning of the journey, even before UVera and also during, when I'm sitting alone as the women in the table of the investors, of the experts, of the people who are trying to discuss and tell about their insights. And I can understand that sometimes women, they have no power and they don't feel really confident to to share some crucial points. And it's complex story because I don't really would like to divide it for the gender, because I'm also, though I'm female and we have succeeded as the company, I prefer to say we than me, but still
it exists. The gap exists. So that's why
the gap exists, but I the thing which is also not really like, I know that we need to do the exaggeration to make people aware that there is no so many female women entrepreneurs and so on and so on. But in the same time, we cannot discriminate the others. It happens to us once that I was invited for the panel about the circular economy regarding the eco-friendly solutions and so on. And I couldn't join at that time because I had the flight. So no way that I can be on the panel. And I have proposed that one of our business partner can go to that panel because he is an expert in it, and we get refusal. So because they would like to make the diverse, panel of experts.
Yeah.
So I can understand some movements to some point, but in the same time, it might be over exaggerated and might play not to the well point. But yes, I'm coming back to the story. I'm supporting some leadership organizations when they're also young women, and I'm trying to inspire them, and also to not only I would like to say the mentor, but just to share my even failure cases, because you can learn a lot from the failure cases instead of the success. But in case of the success, I see that you have shared the slide of our way.
Your journey.
Of our journey. And when I was thinking about the EIT InnoStars, I must admit that this is the beginning of our, visibility journey. We have started with you in 2019, and it was our first success. And based on this success, we started to be, published in the national papers, in international one. We have won also in 2019. We have won EIT Health InnoStars Award as the best biotech startup at that time. But next year, we won.
I remember.
Yes, Innovation Council Award from the European Union and the Green Deal grant. So the starting point was EIT, EIT Health, in fact.
So the startups that are listening to us, are you taking notes?
Yes, that's true. That's true. And to be honest, maybe I will tell about it a bit later, but when I started thinking about how we were growing at that time with your incubation as the EIT, as the first boot camp in Coimbra and then Lisboa, I came, with the point that, the mentors during this camp told me, okay, Magda, so you will be producing sunscreens with bacteria. And it was like my 1 minute pitch. And I said, no, guys, I'm producing the raw material, which is done extracellularly by bacteria. Yeah, I'm not doing the sunscreens. I'm doing the substance which might be used in the sunscreens. So, that kind of the boot camp which we had with you within the EIT InnoStars, and also further within the EIT Catapult, it's really good place when some people from outside who are wishing you all the best and who are always would like to help you, they are, shaping your ideas. And that's the value which we have get.
Yeah, and making the questions that in the end help you to decide or to make certain moves that will shape the rest of the journey. Great. So just a reminder for those who have joined us in the last minute. This conversation will be available on EIT Health InnoStars Facebook and LinkedIn page. Okay, you can watch it later. You can also make comments, questions in the comment sections on the two channels right now. The catalog, it has already been shared in the comments. It can be again. Visit our website, eithealth.eu, innostarted.eithealth.eu. All information is there, including our contacts. And we will have 3 more sessions like this, so 3 more chats, informal and funny chats with the 3 more startup leaders in the next 3 weeks. So join us and invite your network, please. So Magda, still a bit on the topic, but not that much. If you could give an advice to little Magda and all the little Magdas. Okay, and now could be little Magdas or little Adams or little Johns or whatever out there, what would you say? How to size this moment? And I think you already answered part of it. How can EIT help support you? Because again, we are here. Everyone needs support in all stages. And you started your journey with us, like you mentioned, but we in the year after we kept supporting you in a different stage, and I think the last big achievement we reached, or you reached with our support, was that picture right there on the right. That for the audience, that's the Nasdaq building in Times Square. So this happened in last December 2020, yes, where UVera logo was in the Nasdaq building in Times Square, and this is the price of the audience award, the Alex Casta award, that they also won at Catapult. So advice to the little Magdas and John.
Well, I have little Magdas at home because I have two daughters, and we are doing our best to grow them with this, like, say, innovation spirit, to always be curious, and to we are always repeating them that they should look for the solution. They shouldn't omit any kind of the problems, but try to help the others. So that's the little Magdas. But in case of the bigger Magdas, as let's say the students, I must say, just like to size the moment, to open the startup is just to finding the right people at right place with right innovation, and to be sure that the people with whom you're working, they are credible, and then you can really, you are sure that you can move all the words together, because within the startup running, there are many, black points and black spots when you are in some way, you would like to stop, to quit, to change, whatever. Like, there are so many different disturbing points. Then you need to be really, really having support. But in case of the point, I think that the moment when you have checked your proof of principle or the proof of concept, and when you think that your idea is valuable for the market, that you can play with some competition, that you have some solution which maybe it's not cheaper, it's not faster, but it's bringing the completely new value, which is built on sustainable growth, on ecology, on the topics which are right now mentioned by European Union, by UNESCO, and that you can bring the value. Then there is the point when you can look for the acceleration points, because then you can find the people who are understanding your idea. Because sometimes it happens at the accelerators or in the different smaller places, when you're bringing some solution and they are saying, but maybe market is not so big and investors will be looking for something bigger. But in the same time, you have the great value, and maybe the other team will add something new. So the thing when you need to think about the acceleration as the acceleration with EIT, it's for me the point when you have proved your principle and you are sure that you can play, that you can really give something back.
Yeah, great advice. Thank you. So let me now check a question from the audience. I think you've been replying to most of them, actually. But there's one here, Sophia Meissner. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. She says, hi, great idea. How did your journey with the IT start? You already replied this, but I think here you can give some tips on what was it hard to get into the program? So tips for a good application.
Well, always the good application starts with the reading of the questions, and they replying to them carefully. It's just like I was before UVera and the other startup. I was the technological scout. So I was reading and writing different kind of the applications for different projects which were meeting the business and science. So if I'm writing application as the applicant, I would like to also wear the shoes of being the expert who is reading it. So when you are applying for the program, just try to be precise and not to, put too much information which is not related to the question. So like the secret sauce is being in the, being concise with the reply.
Cool. Great. And okay, one more here from Bartosz Ziolek. I mean, I guess it's a Polish name. I hope I'm saying it right. But he asked how EIT Health Money and their support could transform your startup into a global player. Maybe here you can focus on the internationalization and access to this European, but also global network.
Well, the money which we have get from you from the InnoStars award was mostly devoted for the finishing of the R&D studies, like the proof of concept. But apart from it, we get the support, which is connected, of course, with the mentors, with the we have written for the first time the business plan with the EIT, which were modified in the way of the action. Like we got the new ideas that we can do it in the different ways instead of, doing the production. We have changed for the licensing and so on. So apart from the money which went for the little R&D studies, because like you cannot do everything with that amount, which was at that time was like both awards was for us really let's say extraordinary, because we're not expecting that amount was for the EIT InnoStars was 50,000 euro. So we have spent it for mostly for the R&D, but also we have spent for buying some reports, for contacting with the network, which we were supported through the EIT. So there is like a lot of value which is behind the money. It's not only the money.
Yeah, cool. So I think we have time for a new question, which I think I'm not sure you'll be able to answer, from Alexandru Dancu or Dancu, I don't know. He asks, what's the name of the bacteria? I don't think we can.
Let's join.
I just thought it was a funny question.
It's a dinosaur.
So Alexandru, dinosaur. Maybe it's T-Rex.
It's really old one. It's green, of course. It's really old. And, I need to admit that we were sequencing this kind of the bacteria, putting it into different, genomic bases. And it's like completely new strain. It's of course having a lot of in common with bacteria, which are right now on our Earth, but it's really, really old strain of bacteria.
Cool. Thank you so much, Magda. Do you have any final recommendation or tips or something? Sure.
I must say, just to go out from your comfort zone and just try, take part into different competitions, accelerations, just play with it and enjoy it. It's taking lots of time, but at the end of the day, it's bringing the value, which is far beyond the money which you can get from the award. It's also the network, it's the visibility, it's the connection with the people who are within this technology and commercialization who might help you, not only in case of the commercialization, finding the investors, but also in our case, with the regulations, because we need to introduce the new substance on the market, and it's also connected with some of the trials, and that's a lot of behind the let's say award as the award money.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Magda. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you to our audience. Stay tuned, because as I said, we will have 3 more episodes in the next 3 weeks. Next week, my colleague Tamás Bekashi will meet with David Reichenbach from Cineco. Cineco is a Hungarian startup who is doing some really cool stuff with AI and teleradiology, not disclosing that much. So don't forget, check our website, eithealth.eu, innostarter.eithealth.eu, check our catalog, okay, apply. And don't wait too much, because if you need any support, you can always contact our team. We are here to support you. And stay tuned to our channels, Facebook and LinkedIn, because we are always sharing something new there. So thank you, everyone. And I wish you a great afternoon.
Thank you, Ines, for this interview.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.